Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
And I am Jamie.
Welcome to the show. Oh, I forgot about Jack.
The Invisible Man.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a do-over. We'll do a do-over.
Come back.
Come back. We're going to do a do-over. Hello and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm feeling high after the high.
That was a great line. He's feeling high after high. And I'm like, you're about a month too late for that joke, but okay.
That was last month.
Yeah. But what an exciting episode. I really don't like the do or die, to be honest. I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
We're a few minutes late tonight. We're live for anybody that wants to on the YouTubes. We're a few minutes late tonight because Zachary was so pumped up after watching the episode that he was like, I want to do a bonus show. How come I don't get to do the podcast anymore? And I was like,
he can take my spot.
Fine. Because he was like,
Since
about it.
Since obviously I don't matter.
Real sorry. I was very much feeling how there was a delay and I'm the reason for it. So I was like, okay, Colleen, keep it moving. Go.
It's okay.
It's all right.
I just feel like I had my head lopped off.
Oh. Do you want a
That's
little
what Mike was
Advil or
saying.
something?
No, remember Mike was saying, we lopped off his head.
Oh, that's right.
Lopped
he did.
off his head.
Oh, man.
He does like to use tough phrases, that Mike.
Yeah. Well, he's,
It's
he's
the
part of that
fireman thing,
He's part of that generation. That's how we talked back then. Yeah.
Mike is like...
He's okay.
Seriously, Mike really came out of his shell tonight. So we start the episode off. Didn't we last week? Wasn't like the whole thing about how Mike, didn't want to betray and he gave his word and his word is bond and he was uncomfortable.
Mike's word. Mike, I give my word. I give my word.
I give my wood. No, I give my wood, okay? It's my wood. My word is my bond.
My wood.
It's like Jerry Maguire. Still choked up about that whole, my word is my bond.
Mr. Jeff, show me the money, Mr. Jeff.
I think he smells the money now. It's just like, hey, yeah, I can't be playing this game with honor when nobody else is. So screw it.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, but tonight he was...
Buddy.
Yeah, right? What a difference a tribal council makes. Before that, he's like, I don't know how I feel about betraying my allies. And I was like, it was all me. I'm the one that did the thing. I think they can all smell the money, though. Even Romeo. That's how much it smells.
What did him and Drea say at the... I couldn't hear it.
So, at the end, and I didn't hear what Drea said to Marianne, but she said... to Mike was like, oh man, you put 2 votes on me, and Drea got all excited. It's like, yeah, I did, and then they hugged it out, and he just kept going, I can't believe you put 2 votes on me, and Drea was like, Jonathan, I was never after you. Mike, if you make it to the end, you're gonna win.
You win.
And he was like the kiss of death. And poor Omar is in the background being like, I'm the one that really orchestrated all these things, like, and then she called him out.
She did call him out. Now, here's Mike. I've said this before. Once you're voted out, should you be able to still be playing the game until it's time for you to vote?
I don't think so.
She was voted out. She shouldn't be able to say anything. It was fun. Some of the stuff was fun, but she shouldn't be saying, "Oh, this person did this," and not. It happens a lot, but that should not be. You're out of the game. You lost.
I actually completely agree.
It's bad. It might be bad form. Like it might be, maybe not great sportsmanship, but I think that they should absolutely be allowed to say it. But like once they get up to Jeff, then it's done. but like a little like, oh, good one, I trusted you, Omar, like things like, I think that's okay, because when it's part of the social game. It's part of the social game. Like, you want to blindside somebody so hard that they don't even have time to point fingers. But I mean, it can mess with people's games, but I don't know. I honestly, like, I'd have a really hard time, like, not saying something if I had something juicy to say.
I get it, but you should be able to. It should wait until you. Now, when you're at wherever they're at, Ponderosa, you can tell the jury what's going on.
Sure,
I'm on Jack's.
That's part of the game. But once you're voted out,
I agree. I agree with Jack.
It's almost like when the jury, the judge says, "Please disregard that information you just heard."
Right.
That he lopped off.
Exactly.
His head.
Like I agree with Jack. I think that that actually poisons the waters, that muddies the waters. If she's getting a last word like that, like, she should be able to be like, "Great job, guys, good game, you got me," or, "I'm rooting for you," or something like that. But there should be not a revealing, or even if she was like, I think it was fine if she was, he was like, "You put 2 votes on me," and she was like, "Yeah, I did," and they high-fived. That's fine. But to then go and have a last word to say to everybody else, to specifically try to get your last game digs in, no, you're out of the game. You've been voted out. You're done. I'm sorry.
Because now the target is on. The target's on Omar now.
It's the target's on
if they're paying attention.
Right? Yeah, because she said you were the only one that I told, and everybody needs to know that.
Yeah, because
but they all knew.
Hurts,
like
that hurt his. But
I really have like I'm just guys, like, it's a bleed over from the Big Brother world. Like, I live for watching somebody blow the game up before they leave.
Before you leave. But if
really
she had done it
sportsmanship, I will say it is not good game sportsmanship, but it is so damn fun to watch.
It's fun, but she was out of the game though, and that's, I don't know, that's the part that I'm like,
are they technically not out until it's snuffed out?
Well,
like, is that the technical draw? If they had to contractual.
Yeah, but that's that's just semantics at that point.
Yeah, once you're voted out, it's because to me it's not about sportsmanship. This is a game that's not about sportsmanship.
Yeah,
but you shouldn't be once. Like I said, once he should, she should have brought that up when she lost. When she asked Mike for the idol, and he said, "No, I don't have one." That's what he said.
Probably would have been. That probably would have been less sore. Are you saying it kind of like verges into like a sore loser type of?
No.
Situation.
I don't think she was. I don't think she was a sore loser. I thought actually she was. It was kind of funny, most of it. But what I'm saying is, once I'm taken out of any game, I can't do anything to help my team win the game. I mean, that's it. I lost.
Yeah,
she
and
lost.
On the flip
she
side
got
of
voted
that,
out.
On the flip side of that, she could totally. I mean, if that is allowed, I mean, like, just thinking about what you guys are saying, if it is allowed, then what's to stop somebody from just like throwing a bunch of not truths in the air?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And like
that's what I'm
ruining
saying.
somebody's game off of something that's not even happening. So I'll let you guys have this one. But if I'm ever on Survivor, you're going to need to mute it when they send me home.
I like I said, I like Drea. I was hoping. I said, play your idol.
I know,
And she didn't play it. I'm like, oh, Drea.
I can't believe it. She had 100 advantages. I thought that she was for sure gonna end up being the do or die person and lose.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, what a waste of all of those idols and advantages to just go out like that. So I was kind of glad that at least we had some gameplay. But man, she played 2 out of the 750 advantages she had, and she still went home.
I actually thought for a second, I was like, wait, maybe she didn't have an idol, but yeah, she had everything.
She had everything. She did. She had an idol. She had the amulet. She had the knowledge is power, and she had the extra vote. And the knowledge and the amulet had it. Oops, sorry.
Because she was smart when she said, "I want Lindsay to lose."
Yeah.
Because I get the full idol.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Lindsay said the same thing about her too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what else she had? She also had my winner's pick. Thanks, Drea.
we're joined in the chat. Sherry said she agrees with us that, once they're voted out, they shouldn't be able to say something about the game. But she said, all that said and rules aside, I did enjoy it tonight. I enjoyed it because it was done. I mean, it wasn't done in a nasty, bitter way.
Yeah,
there was
no
so much fun about it. Like
Jeff said, this is how it should be. I mean, if you lose, it sucks.
Yep.
But you go home. She played a good game.
Yeah.
Up until she didn't play her idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe, and she had to have known too.
Yeah, she had to have known once. She didn't get Mike's idol. Because I assume she would have. I assume she would have played it.
The only thing I can think of is
she would have.
The only thing I can think of is for some reason she brought all of her other advantages, but didn't bring the idol because she thought that's how safe she thought she was. It's the only thing I can think of.
Instead of using the double vote, I would use my idol because the double vote with 6 people is better than with 7 people.
Yeah, right? I would have used my shot in the dark, my idol, and my double vote. I would have triple protected that thing.
Yeah,
like there ain't nothing. I know the idol makes me immune, but I still want a shot in the dark it anyway.
Because you could have got Mike out of the game, who's a threat to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'm with you, Colleen. Like maybe she left it. I mean, because people leave their idols all the time.
Maybe she just figured, I'm gonna have Mike's, so I don't need mine.
She was pretty certain she was gonna have Mike's idol. Like there was
never assume.
Never trust anyone.
No,
but what a badass!
You can't trust.
What a badass play by Omar, though.
Yeah. And kudos to those he did tell, and that they were able to keep it quiet, and because Drea is she's so observant. She knew the second that Omar said that he'd already prayed and got up and walked, when this is the time he would normally set everything aside. She saw it. The writing was in the sand. So the fact that they were able to keep that from her, they really did a good job.
Yeah.
Well, like she said, she goes, people go to the water and come back with empty canteens. They go to get wood with no wood. I'm watching.
My God.
She should have known.
She should have.
Honestly,
Lying 101.
When she was doing that, I'm watching. I also thought, I was like, oh my God, this is like how a Jordan Peele movie starts. When somebody goes and doesn't bring back wood, I'm watching. And then when he was like, that was like a horror movie, I was like, yes, I was just thinking she scary movie that.
He was right there with you.
And she'd be a good poker player because she doesn't blink when she's
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it was so funny when she goes from because she can just wipe any expression off of her face, and she can go from that to after she was voted out, just so many huge smiles and laughing and such.
And I really like that.
Face, so.
I really like that we saw that.
She's cool.
Well, she said, Jonathan, I was never after you, but you were after me. I don't remember Jonathan going after her.
I think that there were.
I think he went with the flow today, and I think she was kind of snotty to him when she's.
I mean, to be fair,
I thought they're both wrong.
I mean, he was pretty hangry. He was kind of like Shan got last season. And he did look emaciated. And when he was up there, balancing, somebody was somebody tweeted, and I'm so sorry that I don't remember who said it, that I can't quote them, was he looks like jacked Jesus. And then I told Jay the joke, and he was and then we were like, wait a second, aren't all the crucifixes half Jesus jacked anyway? But regardless.
Yeah.
Then I was like, no. Jesus only has a 12-pack. Jonathan has a 24-pack.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he ran to the store twice.
Yes, blasphemy aside.
Did you think Lindsay was going to win?
I hope she would.
I really hope she would have. Yeah, she was. I just want to see her win against him. But I've got to say something. I was. After my guy High went home, I was all prepped and ready to celebrate the fact that all these dingbats are going to try to get him out, and then they're not going to be able to because now he's going to go on another winning streak. So I was all excited about that. But then when I knew it was Lindsay going against him, I was super bummed out because I really want her to just step in that place and take it.
She started shaking right away. I mean, she
did.
I thought, wow, she's in trouble. I thought she'd
that
ace it.
Well,
that position is a really dangerous position for your lungs too. Like they do similar ones like that on Australia, and people are just passing out. Like
wow.
it is so hard to breathe when you have your arms up and back.
They do things like that for torture too.
Yeah.
Well,
it's miserable looking.
Speaking of horror movies, we had this shot where Lindsay's just there with her eyes closed, focusing, and all you see is Jonathan creepily staring at her. I was like, "Oh my lord!"
Well, to be fair, was he trying to tune out Jeff? Because that has to be the hardest challenge when Jeff's going, "You gotta dig deep, dig deep, dig deep, dig deep, and dig deep." It's like, shut.
Well,
it would be hard.
That and Marianne sneezing or whatever she was doing. She was so loud in the bleachers.
Like a bug, like she's slapping a bug off of her.
Well, that was it, the bug.
Jonathan had that competition, was it last week or the week before? Like where his feet were just last week. His feet were just like too darn big for that tiny little spot they had.
That's right.
So I thought like, maybe she might really be able to get this one because like that's going to hurt his feet.
Because they both have upper arm strength. So I thought Lindsay had it, but Jonathan, good for Jonathan because he probably, might have gone home. So.
And you know what? Like how excited I have to give it to him where he just got like so excited when he realized like the only like competitor he was going to have is like the only person that's actually really giving him a run for his money physically. So
because the other ones
he got so pumped about it. She was like, "Oh man, what did I do?" And he's like, "Yay!"
Well, it worked out for her in the end. But like I said, and can we talk about how Tori was at the tribal?
Right? If you can't be a player, be an Eliza. Get your screen time.
Do they tell you to do they pick someone and say, okay, you have to make a facial expression? Because she was doing it.
The girl is smart enough to know that the
big reactions get you screen time.
Right, you're gonna get the screen time.
I think that's what it was.
Like going, I go. She's got her mouth. There's nothing going on right now.
She's like, I'm shocked. I'm just shocked the whole time. The whole time.
Shocked, I tell you. Anyway, oh my god.
I just thought it was funny.
It was funny. It was funny.
Is Romeo playing the best social game in the history of Survivor?
Oh my god, the amount of time and energy and screen time and energy wasted on how Romeo is sneaking handfuls of rice. Which in a post-COVID world, all I can think of is like, oh my god, he is not using hand sanitizer and he is just digging his hands in that pot.
Mouth fist.
And the worst thing is, I don't care. I'm going to take rice because I'm hungry. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing anything.
I'm playing a me game.
And you're not getting any votes.
Yeah.
I'm here playing a me game. I don't need your votes. I only need my vote.
Oh my god, yes.
You think they were trying to learn how to use the net in case they voted Jonathan out?
Oh, yes, I do, actually.
So if I'm Jonathan, if I
that net right away.
Yeah, if I'm Jonathan, I probably wouldn't have showed him how to use it.
No, that's what we kept talking about. Like, I'm the provider. I deserve more respect. Basically looking for more respect because he's the provider. I'm like, homie, the provider usually gets sent home about the time the merge happens and someone else is like, yeah, I could do it. Like you're not going to get the fact that you're still there is like the most you're going to get out of this.
Plus, it's been proven over and over again that the person that works the hardest usually doesn't win.
No, as unfair as it may be, it's just.
What was his name? He was on twice. I always forget his name. Not Ty. He got no votes, and I was like going.
Oh, Troyzan.
No, not Troyzan. He was literally the best. He was an animal lover.
Ty, isn't it?
Was it Ty?
I feel like it was Ty. He had like the best buddy. Like was because he saved the chickens and stuff.
Who's the girl with the hair over her fit? Gave him money.
Oh, Sia. Yeah. Sia gave him money. That was Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he did everything for everybody and never got a vote.
And was like the kindest person. Like no one gave him a vote just for being the coolest dude.
Yeah. So social game, it really depends on
who you're socializing with.
So Jonathan, I think he's just starving. So anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's very hungry, and he's just burning 2,000 calories a day laying there.
Oh my god! How do I get that metabolism?
I know. I'm like, how do we
Oh my God!
we
If
do?
that
What do we
if
do?
there's somebody
More
was
than
like you
anybody.
just have to lay, I would be like, bring it on.
Right?
You have the
Like,
guy that
I'm all
weighs 90
for it.
pounds eating all the rice. Why would you leave camp with their rice still in the bowl if you know he's stealing
No,
the rice?
Just to eat the dang
I-
rice then.
You know what I would do? I'd take it with me.
Maybe they were worried that Marianne's toenails were going to fall off into the rice.
Okay. They were very
I
concerned
knew I was
about
gonna
her
make Jack
pinky
laugh.
toenail situation. And like, I'm just going to tell you,
Well, that's
I know
protein.
for a fact that she is not the only person with the tiny toenail issue that falls off, because myself and a few others that I have found throughout my life's journey have the tiniest pinky toenails.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they're just all like, bye, check you later.
Yeah.
And then for like 2 months, you have to like put paint right there and pretend like you have one.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh, so you're
genetic
talking about
thing
yourself.
because Alex and I, our pinky toenails, and my got it from my grandpa, whose like feet were like wrecked, looking like that too. But I mean, Jack has seen Alex's toenails; they're weird looking, and like I have like half of that weird looking. He got like the full weird looking from my grandpa. But like our pinky toenails, like when I cut my toenails, I only have to cut my pinky toenail like every 4 times. It just doesn't grow.
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah, that's
cartilage
exactly
stuff.
how mine
Alex
is.
has
Every
it
4
too.
times a year or 4 times. a
Like
month?
if I like for every 4 times I have to cut my toenails. I don't like that's how slow because it's a little bit of nail, but it's mainly just like cartilage on
Nothing,
top
right?
of my pinky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah, there's,
grossing
like-
everyone else out, but
Like nothing there. So what we're saying is like, Marion, don't listen to your campmates. Like, you're not a freak of nature and you don't have some weird disorder.
there
It's
are
just, like,
dozens of us.
there are dozens of us in this club.
And
You
you're really
can
gonna
count.
notice? Are you really gonna notice a pinky toenail in the rice when you're starving?
Exactly. I mean, it looks the
Never.
same. All right. It
It's
is.
just, a
Never.
little, it's just a little crunchy. That's all.
We all look the
Yeah,
same in the dark.
nothing.
So does the rice.
Yeah, it's the same. It's all
And
the
if
same.
and if they overcook the rice, then it's crunchy too.
So of all the players left,
Shandy is
We have 6
dying
players
right now.
left.
By the way, I'm sure she's dying.
is Romeo the only one that can't win?
Yes.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a great chance.
I mean,
it.
unless somebody completely implodes in an epic proportion like Shan's game on steroids over the next 2 weeks, then
It's gonna
maybe
be
Romeo can get a vote or two, but I don't think there's a scenario in which he wins.
I think
don't wanna see
no, there's no way he's going to win. But I think it's sort of a silly bit of wasted time that they all had as their little, like, I'm calling them the gang now. Like, everybody except for Romeo is the gang. And like the gang in their little conversation today where they all just took turns just nagging about Romeo. Okay, we got to get rid of him. Like, he's the least of your problems. Like,
Well, you
literally
know he
everyone
wasn't-
you're
well-
sitting next
And I think
to.
they all know that too. I think the
Right.
game was supposed to get fiery now, like Lindsay said, or what did she
Right,
say? The
and then
game's
we're all
getting
gonna
spicy
go-
now. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
spicy.
getting
Well,
spicy.
but he's his own worst enemy. He doesn't come down. He just stays in the same stump.
Yeah, he's just hanging
I'm
out
not.
there.
I'm not.
Like, we don't-
I'm not even
we
sure
don't need to worry about
if
him.
he's going to the bathroom there. I don't know. I don't.
He's
You never
like,
see him.
you know
move.
what he is? He's like that, like, like on phone books, they used to like, when we used to give phone books, and there was like the magnet from like the local realtor that was always attached
Oh,
to the
yeah,
phone
yeah.
book. He's like that magnet on the back of your fridge. It like never moves. It's still, no matter years later, it's still there. Occasionally it might hold.
You're
something.
right. It's like, the hell's that? Oh, that's that magnet thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And you walk
I
away.
mean, it's not hurting anybody. It's no threat.
It
like,
stays there till you buy a new refrigerator.
yeah, really. Like, what is it bringing to your life? Nothing, but it's not hurting.
Yeah, he can't. He
either.
can't win. So at this point, he shouldn't get a vote.
No, not even a blink, not even a wink,
No.
not even a thumbs up. Just like, it's cool, dude.
Okay, so
Next.
so then I guess real quick we can do power rankings, and then I want to the one thing that we did not mention, and I want to real quick is Drea getting to say the tribe is spoken. That was actually kind of cool. I feel
That
like
was cool.
That doesn't happen.
no, I think
Have we
Probst
had
has
anyone
been.
else do it?
Well, no, but the he let Zach, that skinny dude from the first episode, he let him say
Yeah.
like, "Come on in, guys," or whatever it was, whatever he had him say that he
Yep. Yeah, Marianne's like true love.
Marianne's true
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jeff is getting a little bit more laid back. He's been doing this for so long that he's like, fine, you can have a tribe has spoken.
Well,
You can have a
he
band.
has he has extra responsibility because he has to tell you what's going on now. He has to look into the camera.
Yeah,
and-
he has to
and
give you.
My
the
wife's watching.
rules.
Goes, why is he whispering? I go, because that's just Jeff. And,
That's just how
I
he
mean,
is.
I mean, they can't. He could be screaming. I'm sure they have him far enough away that they can't hear what he's telling them. There'll be a twist that they'll never expect. So I think he's just getting. I do think he's just getting so much. You get so much lumped on.
I think he really wants to be a part of the gang too.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of tired of, like, he wants the power. He doesn't want to lose the power of being the host, right? But he's like, guys, I live here all the time now. Can I just, like, be part of this gang?
I live here all the time.
I need some friends. Colby doesn't talk to me anymore.
To be fair, he ended things with Colby first.
He called the shots there.
Savage doesn't want to talk to me. He made the merge, and now he's too cool for me. But I'm sorry. Getting back to the power rankings. Mr. Jeff. Getting back to the power rankings. Okay, so I would definitely put Romeo in 6th.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of tough. Like, I feel like the next 5 are pretty fluid. Probably Marianne, but I think Marianne has some life in her still.
Previews for last week? Spoiler: previews for last week. She's crying again. So.
She is crying again. Also, I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks in a row, the previews have pretty much spoiled who's going home.
Yeah, they're kind of ornery about that. I'm not a fan.
It's really weird, like, because normally they're somewhat, not spoilery. Like, there's a little bit of like playing it coy.
Do they need to show previews? I mean, at this point, you're
gonna watch it or you're not, right?
It's just like, okay, I've gone 8 weeks. I gotta stop. I can't watch it.
Listen, some poor intern really needs that next week on Survivor for their credit,
I
their
get
resume.
That. Next week on Survivor, they can say we're down to 6 players.
Right.
I mean, I watch the previews, and I always do, but I don't need them.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch. I can see the first couple of weeks where you're trying to get people into the show, but once you're into the show, I mean, how many people go this long and don't watch the last?
The people that are really big fans of the ones that go out at 7 and 6 and 7, 8.
Maybe Got.
Maybe Got. Got's in the chat being all ornery.
This is where he throws his remote and says, "I'm out of here. I'm not watching the rest of this season."
He says, when you play 2 advantages and still go home, you cannot be regarded as a good player. I don't know. You could just be regarded as a good player who's made terrible moves.
She was a good player up until today.
Or up until she picked, like, I still don't know why it would have been a great move. It would have been a great move if she hadn't told Omar, if she had kept it to herself and taken Mike's idol. And we would have been like, game, shot, match, Drea. She just trusted the wrong person.
What if they keep this advantage? And I do like the steal of an idol. I think that's pretty cool. But what have future players, don't tell anyone you have it.
Yep.
Because twice now, I mean, obviously these contestants didn't get a chance to see last season.
Right.
But someone is going to spill the beans on you. You cannot tell anybody you have that. And Mike's been going around, I got my idol. Should I play my idol? I don't have my idol. So she knows he has the idol.
Yep.
Well, also they had to say the phrases. Yeah. But I mean, and that's the idol Mike almost lost twice. That dude, what's his face, lost it for him once, remember?
Yeah. Daniel, right?
Daniel.
Was it Daniel?
Rose says, but she went out like a boss. All props for that. We had mentioned this in the beginning, that it was really nice to see. I go back and re-listen to the beginning, how we talked about our feelings on the end, but it was nice to see a non-bitter, yet another player go out non-bitter. So
right,
and it seems like a lot of people have class. I mean, it just seems
it was classy.
People, they're very. Well, you can tell I think they get along, and I mean, even if they're hungry, they get along for the most part. They understand it's a game that they're playing, so that leads me to feeling maybe Omar has a much better chance not having a bitter jury situation if he makes it to the end. But he just, as long as he owns every move that he's done, I don't think anyone's going to be like angry enough with him to not give him a vote.
As long as they don't bring Sue in as an extra jury member.
That girl gets sour.
All right, getting back to the power rankings.
Whatever happened to Sue?
Getting back to the power rankings. So, Romeo, do we think we have Marianne in 5th? I think Marianne has some game left. She has an idol.
If Marianne can make it to the final 3, she can win.
Yeah?
It's just her getting to the final.
Who does she have to sit in the final 3 with to win? Everybody has to sit Romeo. Let's just put Romeo as the
Romeo,
right?
And Jonathan.
Yep.
Even though I think Jonathan's played probably the better game. Maybe. Yeah.
But I think that his little cranky moments might be the only thing that works against him. But
plus they'll say, "Look, you were winning challenges against us." It's like Goliath winning all the challenges against us. So he loses points because he's literally the most physical player.
Thor,
he's the most physical player in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, and I think also
that will go against him, I think.
And they've gone out of their way to show us some pretty unflattering Jonathan strategy moments.
Yeah.
Where I think that I don't think anybody's going to think Jonathan is some great strategic game player. I think they're going to be like, nice guy, great provider, super jacked, not a great strategist. So Marianne though needs to make a big play, I think, in order to. She needs to do like when Natalie basically, pulled out her DICK and was like, Jocelyn, did you vote for who I told you to? And then took out her closest ally, and everyone was like, thump, Natalie's gonna win. That is something that Marianne needs to do.
Because I think right now, if Lindsay goes to the final, she wins.
Oh
no!
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Mike has a great chance.
I think Mike has a great chance, but Lindsay seems to have. I think she's played the better social game, probably.
I think it would be close. I think both of them would get votes, but I think Lindsay would pull it off, and I think she'd win over Mike.
I still think Lindsay's getting that fallen angel placement to go out like
number 5,
like 4 or 5, yeah.
5.
She reeks of those vibes. We're really talking about she's such a close competitor, so and she knew that it was a dumb move, but she couldn't help herself because she really likes to compete. And we had all these video of her playing football that I feel like she could be the one that loses in Fire and goes home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine if it's her versus Jonathan in Fire and she wins and she's redeemed from this moment? That would be a pretty cool full circle.
That would be really great. But I've been disappointed in Fire over the last few years, so I don't know. Jonathan's the one who always builds the fire every day. I don't know if that means.
But if he sits in the wrong spot, that's what he says. But remember, everybody talks about how there's one place that you sit at for Fire that's worse.
Yep.
Who was it that insisted? Was it Rodney? Who was it? Somebody insisted on switching spots. Who was that? Tony?
I think it was because it was something with the color. There was orange and purple, right?
Yeah,
I remember
that's right.
The colors, and so he wanted to sit on the side that had I don't remember what color, but yeah, I do remember that, and it wasn't good because the wind was working against him.
But everybody that does the Fire says in their exit interviews when they're asked about it that there's one spot that is just better wind-wise and all that to sit in general.
We're going back to that conversation.
Shouldn't they be right next to each other?
Yeah, but
there's no advantage.
Well, there's always going to be an advantage because they're not touching.
It's because they don't see the staff guy that's hitting behind a layer of
with the fan,
with, an oscillating fan.
Yeah, the fan.
Water bottle.
Yeah. Probst gets very sweaty.
Why don't they get it? Why don't they change it up? And because it's been Fire for so long. I mean, they used to have the thing where you held your hand on the pole or something like that, and just maybe have the one where
Fire is life. Fire is life. Even though we never really talk much about needing to win Flint anymore.
I know why they do Fire because it doesn't take strength.
Right. It's something that. Theoretically, if you work hard, it doesn't matter if you're a Romeo or a Jonathan. If you work hard at lighting the fire, it should be something that brings everybody equal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Sherry says, to be fair, it speaks volumes that Jonathan is still in the game. Everyone has that, his strength in prior years and all that stuff. So, yeah, I can see that.
Yes, I think it is definitely says something that he's still there.
But
a really
he's also
strong missing component to all of this is that there was nobody else like him out there because these dudes use each other as meat shields all the time.
Other than Lindsay.
he's like, right. And he's like become Lindsay as a meat shield. It's just not being treated that way because she's not saying like, I'm keeping him up here as a bigger target so that I'm safe. It's just working that way. But it doesn't say something like great about his game, or maybe not.
And again, he's also won like 3 immunities too at this point, or 2 or 3 immunities. Yeah. So it's, it says something about his physical game, a bit about his social game, but we have yet to see a positive Jonathan strategy.
We haven't seen many puzzle.
No, which is kind of a bummer
during the home stretch.
We have to be getting into those.
If Jonathan can't win the immunity challenge, then Jeff doesn't get to squeeze his shoulders at the end. And that's a really important part for Jeff. Like, good job, buddy. He's got to do it.
So, can you be my friend?
Okay. So power rankings. So
Marianne 5th.
Viv.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Lindsay, Omar, Jonathan, and
I'd go Jonathan 4th.
Jonathan 4th. I would agree.
Mike 3rd.
I would put Mike.
You think Mike
2nd and Lindsay?
Lindsay and Omar are kind of interchangeable, I think, at this time because of like opposite skill set.
I disagree. I would say I agree somewhat with what Gott says in the chat, which is Omar's at 1, Lindsay at 2, Mike at 3, Jonathan 4, Marianne 5, Romeo 6. I sort of agree, except I think I would switch Omar and Mike because I think Omar has more in the power rankings because Jonathan is more of a target and has that going against him. But the fact that we're seeing Omar control every single vote
every week.
And it took until now for somebody to call him out. And even then, he only got called out because by cross-elimination, he's the only one that could have betrayed her. And people still thought it was Mike. She's still like, Mike, you're going to win if you go to the end. Like, that is crazy under the radar game for Omar. And he's clearly not getting the power he thinks he is.
We're seeing it.
Right.
They're not. And again, it's a great, to get him further in the game, it's great.
I want Omar to win.
He's going to have to make a strong case.
Which I think he could do.
I think he can, but he's going to have to sit there and say, yeah, I did this. And they go.
Yeah, he is going to have to, like, have his entire resume, like, this is the first move I made, which caused this to happen. Yeah. This is the second move I made that caused this to happen. He's going to have to lay it out because they all are going to have to take a second to see how his game ruined theirs.
Right. And honestly, he's going to have to come for Mike and not miss. And that's going to be his play. He better come for Mike and best not miss.
I wouldn't vote for Mike. Am I the worst person? Like, I could be sitting up there and have to vote for any of these people. Okay, not Romeo. So other than Romeo, Mike is the least one I would vote for. I feel like I just think he's kind of
like that Denny's crowd.
And he's like, I love the Denny's crowd, whatever. Trivia Pursuit, let's go, baby. But no, it's the thing I would use against him in jury is you are literally made such a spectacle about how your word is your bond, your word. And literally every single week, the person you gave your word to is the one whose name you wrote down and then like totally got buttsore if they wrote your name down. And to me, like, that'd be enough to kick him out and give the other person the win. Like, it just gets under my skin. Own your moves. Own them. Like, be a good guy, be a bad guy, doesn't matter. Just own what you do.
Well, I think he's owning them now.
If he all of a sudden.
If he goes in and goes, you know what, I realized I'm one person at home. I have to be a different person here.
Right.
And that's how it's going to be. Then fine. Like, then
it took me a while.
Right.
But then once I realized, hey, everyone else is playing a dirty game.
Yep.
In order to compete, I have to do the same thing. Now, if he says that.
I just see so many people lose a really well-played game because they refuse to own up to the choices that they made and just say, yes, I did this and it led to this. Because ultimately, if you're in the final and you have to defend your right to win, you need to look at every single thing you did as the right move. Like nothing you did was the wrong move. Everything was the right move. So you need to convince the jury that every move you made was on purpose. Like you can't have an accident.
That's why I say Lindsay should be number one, because I don't think she has to make a case.
Yeah.
People know she's great in the challenges. She's played a fantastic social game, right?
Has she been on the right side of the vote for every vote? Honestly, has she? Or has there been any votes that she hasn't been on the right side?
You know who hasn't? Is Romeo.
Oh, poor
He's never on the
Romeo.
right side.
Poor Romeo.
But I think that helps her because she doesn't have to make a big strong case for herself. Whereas, like I said, Omar has played the best game without question. It's not even close.
Yeah.
But again, does anybody know it?
Right.
Apparently
and that
not.
Me because like they have to know it, but like don't let them know it until the very end and it's too late. Just don't let them know it yet.
Yeah.
He just has to get the final three and then start.
Yep.
He's just gonna have to lay his case out.
I'm super worried there's a target on his back all of a sudden, because I think that everybody probably knew that he was the one that Drea told because it was new information to them. It's a small group. However, if they start to talk and put that together, and then somehow Mike finds out that Omar has lied to him, I don't know how, because it was about Hai and Hai's not there anymore, but like I can see it blowing up. I mean, we talked about this. I can see it blowing up in Omar's face pretty quickly after that, and I don't know. Maybe
luckily. Go ahead.
I don't know. No,
like we said last week, is that he was smart. The person he told the lie to, he got him out.
Got rid of him. Yep, that was a good move.
There's
and that's
really
something he better put down on his resume when Hai asked him, because he will, and you had to go. I set it up. Mike hit it. You had to go. There was no way out of this alive for me. You had to go.
And I think Mike will probably go the final three. So
for sure.
He won't have to worry about him not voting for him and stirring the pot.
Why do you think that Mike will go to the final three? Because I feel like he's also got a big target, because he's getting kind of big for his britches.
I think Omar and Mike will protect each other. I feel like when Omar decided to tell Mike about the advantage and then not keep his idol, I think he bought himself loyalty with Mike to the end of the game. And I think that when he thought it through, like that was very much a choice he made. He put all of his cards in Mike. I don't think Mike has got, I don't know about everybody else, but I think Omar and Mike are going to look out for each other till the end.
Interesting.
And I think Omar's setting himself up. He's already thinking, he's the smartest guy out there. So he's already thinking, okay, who do I want to go to the final three with? Okay, I want to go with Romeo and Mike. I'm going to make sure I protect them and they go with me. I need to get rid of Lindsay. I need to get rid of Jonathan. I need to get rid of Marianne.
And as long as Mike keeps his frustrations and his, Romeo, eating mime, movements on the DL, and Romeo doesn't catch it, I think they could get Romeo and form a trio like that. So,
yeah.
So I think at this point, Romeo's going to go with whoever tells him he's the greatest first.
Yeah. I think at this point, Romeo knows he can't, he has to know he can't win it.
He's just playing for that 100K, man.
He's not in any of the votes. He's not. Again, we joked. He's on the wrong side. He didn't vote for Hai last week when he wanted to go. He said that, I'm so glad he went home. But he didn't vote for him. But
I feel kind of bad for Romeo, but he's automatically. We've got to figure he's classic final three, right?
Somewhere along the line, his game blew up.
It was when he was freaking out, and I think that he just ended up on the wrong. Pissing the wrong people off at the wrong time, whereas
he pissed Hai off, and that was the wrong thing to do.
Yep. Right, yep. And I think that everybody has their moments on Survivor, and he freaked out at the wrong time. And Roxroy said in an exit, Roxroy said in an exit interview that he didn't know much about what was going on, but when he got back from the Exile Island, smash the thing, whatever. And Dre was like, yo, we're in this alliance, and Romeo is flipping out. He's not the Romeo he was on whatever tribe they were on. And I think that at that point, that was when everybody was jostling to their new schoolyard picks, I think Romeo just did not play it cool, and unfortunately ended up at the cafeteria table by himself.
That's
'Cause
what
at that
happens
point,
when you
I
call
wrote-
everybody dumb.
Or
Eventually,
the
they're
Denny's
going to
crowd.
turn their back on you.
Because
Yeah.
I really thought at that point, before that, I said he has a chance to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great story. He's played a great show. Because even Drea said, he goes, "Yeah, I was with him from the start. I don't know what happened."
Yeah.
Right.
I think she said something to that, and I was like going,
Yep.
but
He just
there's no way
he
he can
lost
win.
interest in the game, I'm afraid.
Right. And at some point, you have to figure in life and on Survivor, you're going to run into these situations where you do or you say something stupid and you find yourself the odd man out. What you do not do is you do not continue to ostracize yourself and freak out and call everybody dumb and bitches and whatever else he was calling them. Don't do that. Just be a nice person, it'll blow over. Just like learn from the Hollywood celebrities that do something stupid and abhorrent, and then they just go away for a year and they come back and everybody's forgotten about it because there's 17 more scandals. Just wait it out till the next person says something stupid.
I mean,
and
like
then
if it
be
will
friends
help
again.
practice for all future Survivor players, like take a few moments to write down a few practice speeches. Find the one that feels the most sincere.
Yeah.
And then just rehearse it, have it memorized, because there's gonna come a time where you need to use it. And it could be the difference between a million and nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know why once High was out, he didn't change his game.
He was hungry.
I get he's hungry, but everybody's hungry.
Yeah.
I know he weighs 90 pounds, so I get that. But like Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan you can tell you can see it in his face. He's just irritable because he doesn't have his 18 eggs and steaks and, mashed potatoes or whatever he eats. I don't know.
Smaller humans. I mean, whatever. Romeo-sized people.
Romeo, if you had more meat on you, you'd be lunch.
They're like, we've seen Yellow Jackets. We know how this story ends.
Going places. We're surviving now, all right.
Anyway, I think is he my winner's pick, Romeo?
We're going to get to that in just a second. We had one very quick email and then, two very quick emails, but like I said, they are very quick from Mandy, who I'm going to see in person Jack and I are going to see in person this weekend. I'm very
Mandy's
excited.
Coming?
Yeah, I'm so excited to meet Mandy in person. We have our annual podcast meetup weekend in Raleigh this weekend. Super
God's
pumped.
coming. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, God's coming. Sherry. Actually, everybody that's commented in the chat tonight, Sherry Rowe, they're all coming.
They're all going to be there.
Super fun.
I'm sending all of them in my stead.
Yes, next year, Jamie. Next year.
Next
be here,
year.
be square.
It's hip to be square.
All right. It is getting late. So getting back to Mandy's
Turtle.
email. Turtle. How do you do the turtle thing? Is this it? No, that just looks dirty. Okay. Mandy says, wow, I know. I could do this. Wow, I can't believe that happened with the do or die twist. I actually have no idea what happened because I'm sitting at the school again this week for Maddie's musical. Can't wait to see everyone this weekend. So she wrote that at 6:36 p.m. So 2 hours before the episode aired.
Wow.
And
At least
then
she sent an email.
Like she traveled through the future.
It is, but then she sent an email after the episode aired and said, turns out my email was still correct. It's crazy that twice they didn't swap and both were saved. Statistically, that shouldn't happen. And then, no, my winner pick is gone. Let me go cry now. Okay, that is actually so.
I'm with you, Mandy.
Not one person's shot in the dark has paid off, but 2 out of 2 have solved the Monty Hall problem right and been
But
safe.
at least they show us that there is a
Right.
But they never show that with the. We always complain about the shot in the dark. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Now, was it the same? Was the flame the same box that Deshaun picked last season too? Was it box number 1?
I don't
Did
remember.
they pick the same one? I feel like they picked the same one, and both of them refused the trade it. Like they both decided not to trade it. I think it was.
I do know.
I could be
do know
wrong.
this.
I feel like it was.
I do know this was Tori's face when she saw the 3 boxes.
That was like my
Spot
face
on.
too, to be honest.
I'm like going, okay, there's 3 boxes there. You don't know what's inside it. Why are you so shocked? What's going on? What's going through your mind?
My face was, I'm so conflicted. Like, I'm so glad she's staying. I'm so upset that Drea might go home.
Well, we didn't even talk about that because only 2 people competed. The other 4, or was it other 5, didn't.
That was, I mean,
if I'm Lindsay, I'm gonna be ticked. I would have been ticked off.
Right? That's why she was sweating it. She's like, what a stupid decision. And I felt so bad for her because it's like, no, it really wasn't a stupid decision. It's just like everybody else is a wuss. You're not.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, to be fair, the other 5 didn't have a chance to beat Jonathan.
No.
Or Lindsay. They didn't have a chance. So I can see why they would sit out. But it still would piss me off. It's like, nobody? Yeah. Or at least give me heads up.
Also, do you think it would have been more fun if they had to do that like at camp? So they weren't allowed to see what the challenge was before they decided if they were going to compete or not?
Oh,
do you think that would be unfair? Do you think that would make it more interesting?
No, I don't think that'd be unfair. I think that's part of the game.
Like, I think that they should make it because they were all like standing there. They knew what the challenge was.
You get tree mail saying, okay, you can eat,
right.
And or Jeff can come into camp. This is gonna be the challenge.
No, he's gotta do it like really in the middle of the night. It's like, shh, everybody's sleeping.
This will be the best part. Jonathan, are you still laying there, Jonathan? Get up. I know you lost 2,000 calories and you're really hungry, but I like you.
Anyway. So. But I agree with Jamie. I think that's how they should do it.
Yeah, you don't get to see what it's going to be.
Well,
because then it makes it more of a okay. This could be a puzzle challenge. I'm good at puzzles. It could be
a gamble within a gamble within a gamble. Jeff loves things within things.
When you show one of the hardest challenges they ever had out there, and you go, ugh, I'm not.
Like, yeah, rats. I made a bad decision.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it is time.
Or a bug eating challenge or something like that where you have to eat the bugs.
Oh God. Oh my God. If there was a bug eating challenge and Romeo didn't win, I would be very disappointed.
Right? Oh my God. You know what though? I think Jonathan would win it.
Jack is imitating. All right.
Jonathan would win that too. I know it. I know the dude could eat a grub. He wouldn't care.
Yeah, Jonathan was hangry. He was hungry. That man was.
He's done. He's ready to go home.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hope so. We can only hope so. All right. Here are the votes. So preseason picks: Drea, Jay had Merge. Jack and I both had her as final 3. We were so close, Jack. We were so close. And
I really thought she was going to win it.
I did too. And Jamie had Merge. So Jamie gets a point. And then as far as who's going home.
Anything for final 3?
No, we don't get anything for final 3 because,
she made the Merge. Should have played your aisle, Drea.
We're at 9,
Way
right?
to go, Drea. Thanks a lot for ruining my win, Drea.
Yeah, thanks, Drea. All right, so.
Oh, I do have Romeo as my winning pick.
You do have Romeo as your winning pick, which I'm sorry, Jack, you're going to lose.
Yes. He's going to be so excited if he gets voted out next week. I'm going to hear like high fives all the way from here because he's going to get to pick
somebody else. Yay!
Oh my God. Okay, let's focus here, guys. Focus here. We're closing this out. Home stretch. All right. So last week, Jamie had Mike, Jack had Lindsay, I had Omar. We all got 0 points for that.
I was so close.
So close. But no.
I feel like we were all so close for like a second.
One moment in time.
We almost had it.
Well, who would pick Drea? She had like 20 advantages.
It's true. I mean, she did. She really did. All right. So Jamie gets a new winner pick. Jamie, start thinking. Who wants to go first for who's going to get voted out next week? I don't know what noise that was.
I'll go first. I say it's going to be. I think Omar goes home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any reason?
I hope I'm wrong.
I know.
I think Drea put a target on his back.
I think Drea put a target on his back too.
He was so if they were just too goofy listening to Mike everything going on and weren't paying attention to what she was telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if they weren't listening, that's on them. Omar is running the game. He needs to be taken out.
I agree. I agree with you, and it pains me so much, but I think that makes total sense. And I think Mike is going to be the one that takes him out. I think Mike is going to be like, put it together like I, gave him my idol. He told me this knowledge. It's my game to lose. Drea said it was my game to lose, and that means Omar has to go.
Is Omar going to give the idol back? Remember, he said, I don't have to give it back.
Omar seems like the kind of person to me that would give it back. I don't know. He just has I'll give it back vibes.
He's been pretty dirty the whole game.
Very good point.
Don't let his friendly demeanor fool you.
Yeah.
Good point. Jamie, are you going to join us in our Omar-ness, or you have a different pick?
I'm going to say that it's Mike that goes. Because I think Mike has big of a target put on his back that Omar has this week. It's just who gets him first.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm just going to play the odds at a 50-50.
All right. Fair. All right. So you get to pick a new winner's pick.
Okay. I really wanted to be Omar, but I'm going with Lindsay. I'm keeping it a girl. I'm going with Lindsay.
All right. I like it. I like where your head is at. Lindsay. All right. So new winner's pick is Lindsay. Jack still has Romeo. I still have Omar. I might be picking a new winner's pick next week. I have a feeling Jack is stuck with Romeo until the end.
This is the end.
And we only have 2 more weeks. So next week, May 11th, and then the finale is on May 25th.
The 25th.
Yes.
The 3-hour finale.
Oh, gosh. I hope not. 3
hours. It's okay.
It's
Only
gonna
an hour of it will be a show. Just record it like a half hour late.
That's what I used to do. I used to DVR. I started at 8:45 and finish.
Yeah, just start it late. You can get through those commercials.
Very true. A real quick check-in with the chat. Gott said, Jack has a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. I can't wait until I can show Zach that movie. Sherry said, I should grow respect for Mike that he recognized that Omar did not have to give it back. True. Very true. And again, it wouldn't be the first time that Mike gave the idol to someone and they lost it, or he.
Also, if Mike is smart too, he knows that Omar is the one that told him. So
I think people might.
Omar's been playing us all.
I'm just saying, guys, some of the best moves in Survivor history have been because somebody gave somebody an idol to hold, and then that person was like, I'm not giving it back.
And that would also be kind of automatic grounds to lose in the final 3, too. That would be how Romeo finishes second. Would be if Omar goes to the final 3 with him, and they were like, yeah, Omar got here because he played Mike's idol that he refused to give back, and I don't respect that gameplay.
Will there be another idol in play next week?
I don't
always.
Know that there will,
It's
is
Survivor.
usually the limit, isn't it?
It's Survivor, though. Of course there's going to be another idol in play.
It's new Survivor. There's going to be 15 more.
Exactly. The knowledge is power is going to be back in play next week. What are we kidding?
I want Jonathan to have an idol.
He needs all the idols.
God also thinks that Lindsay is going home next week. And, I totally wasn't even thinking about it. Lindsay is a good candidate, too, I think, to go home. Because she's a threat in the challenges. She's there in the challenges. She's, got a great social game. I think it's only a matter of time before somebody wakes up and is like, oh, hey, Lindsay's not doing too bad either.
Because even Jonathan said she's my toughest competitor in the challenges.
Yeah.
She was hoping she would not.
Mm-hmm.
Along with
okay,
Drea,
traditionally, in this coming week, the only person that we would know would be safe is Romeo.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is with this group is they've wanted to get rid of not very threatening people an awful lot
because they're all friends and they want to get rid of the people who aren't in their clique.
And I kind of feel this thing too, they might still go for Romeo because it's they're all trying to convince each other that he's just the worst person ever, so no one feels bad getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, stupid.
Agreed.
We will see what happens next week on the 1 hour, I think, episode of Survivor.
I believe.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for the feedback. If you know how to find us, if you want to watch us live after each episode is done airing, if you'd like to send us an email, because you can't, or you just feel like it, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. We love to read the emails. And thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that would be Eckhart Ringer, Attack from Tokyo, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. Zach and I recorded a bonus episode right before we started. I will have to work on getting that up sometime tomorrow. And I am very excited to see everybody that's coming this weekend.
No, not everybody.
I am. I'm excited to see everyone. Everyone! Next Tuesday, May 17th, the broadcast is going to be live via Zoom for anybody that wants to join us, since we're not doing our usual live show in Raleigh, because Shandy won't be here and we're going to a baseball game. All of us are going to a Durham Bulls game, so
I
we won't be...
I thought Shandy was moving here.
She's moving here, which is why she's moving here in the beginning of June, so she can't take off to come out here now. So, but she'll be able to drive
here.
North
Carolina any longer than she has to be, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, she's got some work stuff to take care of, and she's also going to a wedding in France in 2 weeks. So,
France, wow,
yeah. So she's a little bit busy right now, but we're gonna miss her a lot. But since we're not doing the live show, I wanted to announce that we will be live on Zoom. The usual link, if you're familiar with it. If not, you can ask me on social media and I will send it to you. Anybody that was there, anybody that wasn't able to come and wants to join us, will probably, reminisce about the weekend and do other fun stuff that we would normally do during our live show in person here. So, hope you can join us on Zoom on May 17th at 9:15 p.m.
People that normally join the Ramblecast live on Tuesday, it won't be till Thursday.
Oh, fantastic. So there won't be a conflict. Excellent.
No conflict of interest. We planned it that way.
Oh, thanks, Franz.
I'm just trying to take credit. Had no idea.
I was going to say, we didn't decide we were doing this until about 23 hours ago. So, man, that was pretty good.
No
All
Nick,
right.
though. We'll probably have no Nick. That's the problem.
Right on top of that, Rose.
The more the merrier. The less Nick, the merrier. Well, is Nick going to be here? No, Nick's going to be at Comic-Con. All right.
No,
That's
Matt's
a discussion. I know. I'm excited to see Matt.
I'm not.
A COVID-free Matt. All right. On that note, everybody, it is
We
time
hope.
to go. Thank you again. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie. He's not even here.
Peace out, everybody. Bye.